Hello everybody, welcome back to the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my performance review of the Jordan Zion 3s. Now, on Nike's website right now, they are retailing for $140. So if you guys are interested in purchasing yourself a pair of these, I will leave a link in the description box below. Now, starting off with the traction, you're going to get a radial pattern from the translucent outsole itself. And when you get to the forefoot, you're going to get a regular rubber outsole with this herringbone pattern as well. So the overall performance of the traction on a clean court is really grippy overall. When it came to the lateral movements, I found myself to be really shifty going from side to side. And as a result, I was able to get open for shots really easily. And being a primary defender as well, you're going to excel really well at these. You're going to get really quick changes of direction when you're trying to guard someone one-on-one. And you're basically toe-to-toe with them every single time that you are guarding them. And I really like this overall when it came to like the traction setup as well. And when it came to vertical movements, it is really good as well. The hard stops were really nice on this, and I was able to get up to speed as well when it came to really quick first steps. The traction pattern, especially the herringbone in the forefoot section, was really nice and tacky. That way it gripped to the floor really well, and I was able to get instant traction when getting off my feet and getting really quick up to speed when I'm doing hard cuts or pick and rolls and stuff like that. So it was overall really good laterally and vertically on a clean court. However, I can't say the same on a dusty court. When I switched it into a dusty court, it was not performing as well as it was on a clean court, and it picked up dust really frequently, and I had to wipe down every now and then when I was playing. And as a result, when it gets dusty, it slides around a lot, and I didn't really like it overall. You get a little bit more grip when it comes to the rubber section. However, when it came to the translucent, it felt like I was drifting in these when I was playing in a dusty court. So I really didn't like that overall. So I would avoid these generally on a dusty court. So that was my only flaw of it overall. And it was really tacky when it came to like picking up dust. It didn't really pick up dust, it grabbed the dust, and it was really hard to get off when you're just wiping it down. So you have to make sure you have to clean it every now and then. That way you can get the best out of this traction. And that was my main annoyance overall when it came to this. It gets really dirty overall, and I was really annoyed by it, and it really annoyed me overall. So when it comes to getting the best out of this traction, keep it on a clean court and make sure you clean it every now and then so that you can get the best traction that way. However, when it came to the durability, it doesn't look that great overall. When it comes to the overall translucent rubber, it is not holding up as well as I wanted it to. You're getting some fraying areas right here in the high wear areas right here, and you're going to get some more fraying as well on the top of the toe box area right here. And you can see right here that the rubber itself is starting to peel off of the main rubber itself, and it continues onward. When you get to the back of the shoe, you're seeing some more fraying here on the heel section as well as on the ridges as well. So it is not holding up pretty well when it comes to the translucent rubber. However, when you get to the rubber outsole, it is actually holding up pretty well. I haven't experienced any signs of wear, as you can see along this traction pattern right here. But outside of that, I wouldn't recommend these outdoors, considering how pliable this rubber is, as well as the rubber on the translucent outsole itself. So I would mainly keep these indoors overall, because this is where all the wear came from as well. So outdoors, you're just going to accelerate the wearing process overall. So make sure you keep it indoors in general. So overall, the traction on a clean court is really nice and grippy overall. On the dusty court, you're going to be sliding on it like roller skates, and it is not durable as well. So I would keep it indoors and make sure it is on a clean court. That way you can get the best out of this traction. But overall, because of all the annoyances I experienced from a clean court to a dusty court overall and the durability, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So when it comes to cushion and the Zion 3s, you're going to get a drop-in midsole, which you can see right here, that is completely removable. And you're going to get a full-length Formula 23 foam. And the forefoot, it is a really big forefoot air zoom unit, accompanied with a built-in TPU shank plate in the midfoot. So when it comes to the cushioning in the forefoot, I found myself to be really responsive in these, and I was able to contest people's shots really frequently with this, and getting really reactive when it came to getting steals as well. I was able to create havoc literally on the court when I was playing in these. And with the midfoot shank blade that you get, it gives it a nice springboard effect. That way you're able to generate a lot of air. That way you can get rebounds and block people's shots down low as well. So the forefoot cushioning, for me, I found it to be really, really good overall. However, when you get to the heel cushioning, I found it to be just average overall. The foam itself is nice and soft. However, since it is embedded inside the shoe, in the back you're going to get this really clunky feel when you're doing heel strikes. So it limitates the amount of impact protection that you get overall, and I found it to be really clunky in the heel, and it was a little uncomfortable after a while playing in these, and I experienced a good bit of aching in my back as a result. The impact protection is okay, but after a while it will be a little uncomfortable for your heel. And when it came to the heel to toe transition, because of the clunkiness in the heel, there was some fluidity. However, it felt really snappy, and it felt like a two-step process instead of one fluid step under my foot. But once you get used to it, you are going to get really good transitions when you are running up and down the court and transitioning yourself from offense to defense. And with every single step that I took, I found out that I was getting faster and faster with each step that I took. So the heel to toe transitions was good enough for me overall. But after a while, with the heel strikes that you get, you're going to experience some aches in your back, which I felt. And in that respect, it feels really similar to the cushioning setup in the Air Jordan 37s, with the forefoot zoom units in the forefoot that you get, and the Formula 23 foam in the heel, but it is caged with a lot of plastic like the Zion 3s overall. So that minimized the overall cushioning setup for me as a whole. So for that, I'm going to give the cushion a 7.5 out of 10. Now moving into the materials, you're going to get a really thin layer of this textile mesh material that you can see right here in the lateral, forefoot, and medial side of the shoe, and you're going to get this splattered paint job on the medial as well as some in the forefoot and the lateral side. When you get to the tongue, you're going to get this embossed padding here that you can see all the way throughout the tongue with the Jordan logo up top, with some decent padding overall. And when you get to the heel, you're going to get a leather stitched patch with Zion's logo stitched onto it as well. And when you look inside, you're going to get some decent padding in the heel with some ankle pillows that you can see as well. So the materials overall for me, I found it to be adequate in my opinion. The thin textile material that you get was nice and flexible. However, it was a little stiff at first, so you have to break it in before you play in it. But once you break it in, it is nice and comfortable on your foot. In the forefoot, I didn't experience any pinching from the overall material itself. And in the midfoot as well, with the nice padded tongue that you get in the midfoot, you won't experience any pinching from the shoelace area as well. And when you get to the back, the ankle pillows provided really nice comfort for my ankles. And there is enough padding for the heel, that way I was comfortable in the heel at all times. So the overall material overall for me was pretty good when it came to comfort, and the overall aesthetics I like overall. However, in the forefoot section, my first day playing in it, it does get dirty really easily overall. So that's my only gripe about it overall. And I also like the stitched on Zion logo in the back with this embossed leather patch as well. So it is an overall really nice aesthetic looking shoe, and the materials get the job done for me, and it is really comfortable under my foot based on how simplistic it is with the textile mesh material that you get. So because of that, I'm going to give the materials a 8 out of 10. So when it comes to the overall fit, I would go true to size. However, with a casual use, I found it to be a little uncomfortable in the forefoot section right here. It was pinching the area around my pinky toe, and it was a little uncomfortable. However, once you run around in them and play in them, it will spread out over time. That way you won't experience it. But for casual use, I would probably go up half a size. For performance use, go true to size. And if you have a narrow foot, go true to size as well, because the overall shape of the shoe is pretty narrow itself. But if you're a wide footer, I would probably avoid these, because you might have to go up a full size. And once you increase the sizing, you're going to get a good bit of dead space with the overall length. So if you are a wide footer, I would probably go somewhere else. But if you have an average foot, go true to size for performance use. And if you have a narrow foot, go true to size as well. So the overall fit, because of that, it is nice and uniform in the forefoot section overall. So because of that, I'm going to give the fit overall an 8 out of 10. So when it comes to lockdown, it is really good all across the board. When you get to the forefoot, because of the nice tight fit that you get, you aren't going to experience any movement in the footbed overall in the forefoot. And when you get to the midfoot, you're going to get a basic lacing system that is integrated with the material itself, and it helps clamp the midfoot in place. That way you won't move around in it as well. And when you get to the heel is nice and sculpted based off of the shape of the back of your foot. That way you won't experience any heel slippage overall, and it provides really good heel lockdown as well. And you're going to get some more lockdown based off of the drop-in midsole that you get with the crevices that you get on the midsole itself. It helps the sock attach to the midsole. That way you won't experience any friction inside the footbed as well. So I found the overall lockdown on the Zion 3s to be really, really good overall. And because of that, I'm going to give the lockdown a 9 out of 10. Now, when you get into the support, you're going to get a nice wide stable base from the outsole itself. And when you get to a lateral support, you're going to get an abundance of it in this shoe, with 2 outriggers that you can see right here in the forefoot, as well as in the midfoot section right here. And the plastic continues upward here in the midfoot section, as well as in the heel. That way it gives you really nice lateral support overall. And you're going to get additional lateral support from the drop-in midsole itself with the sidewalls that you have in here that helps cradle the foot into place. That way you won't experience any ankle rolls as a result. And when it comes to torsional support, the built-in TPU shank plate on the midsole helps with the overall torsional support. That way you are nice and stable inside the shoe. And with the plastic lateral stabilizers in the heel, you're going to get really adequate heel support when it comes to the side pieces that you see on both sides of the shoe. And you're also going to get an internal TPU heel counter that helps prevent the heel from moving side to side inside the shoe. So overall, the support on the Zion 3s is one of the best support systems that you can have on a basketball shoe overall, with 2 outriggers that you can see in the midfoot and the forefoot, with all the plastic lateral supporters in the heel as well as in the forefoot. Makes it really nice and supportive when it comes to lateral movements and preventing your foot from rolling when you're doing side-to-side movements overall. And the additional support that you get from the midsole itself with the sidewalls just enhances the support overall. And with the TPU shank, helps it be really stable on your foot, and I was really stable in these at all times. Didn't experience any ankle rolls overall, and I was really happy with the overall support in the Zion 3s. So for that, I'm going to give the support a 10 out of 10. So overall, guys, the Zion 3 is a decent shoe overall, but there are some flaws in it that is preventing me from recommending it to you guys. Mainly, the traction itself is really inconsistent from court to court, and you need immaculate clean court conditions indoors to get the best out of this traction setup overall. And the cushioning setup, while it is really great in the forefoot with the responsive bouncy feel you get, it is not that great, and it is a little uncomfortable after a while when you play in them. So overall, that's my main reasoning for not recommending these. But outside of that, the materials are nice and supportive under your foot, and it gives you really good balance overall, and the lockdown is top tier in my opinion. So if you're looking for good lockdown support and decent materials overall, I would recommend it. But given the traction inconsistency and the great, not great experience in the cushion, I would not recommend it overall based off of my personal experience. And overall, this is my review of the Jordan Zion 3s. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and if it helped you out in any way based off of what you are looking for in the Zion 3s. And if you have any questions, as well as your thoughts on the Zion 3s, any experiences that you would like to share, leave that down below in the comments section. And if you want to stay up to date with future videos that I'll be posting, subscribe down below, and it'll greatly support my channel as well. And if you want to stay in touch with me via social media, I will leave that information in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. I hope this was beneficial for you guys, and until next time, keep shooting.